Okay, so we left off last video with just launching Eclipse, and we were just about to create our first program, first block of code. Let's get to that stage. So I'm going to launch my Eclipse, same one I did before. Again, hopefully that's set up right now. You no longer have that automatic dial-up box, which I do not. I'm going to make this a full screen, and over to the left hand side I have my package explorer. I'm going to open that tab, and the SRC, again, that stands for source code. I'm going to right click that, and I have a whole dialog box here. I'm going to go to new and scroll down to class. Think of class like a document, okay, for now. Just like you would start an essay in a Word document or a Google Doc. Class is kind of the canvas on which you're going to create your code. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get this new Java class because it's going to ask me to name it. So you'll notice here where it says name, it's highlighted in blue because it does want a name. So I'm going to call this hello, and the rest you can leave it, except I want you to save some time. Every time you name a new class, click this public static void main business. It's basically just going to create a document for you with those words in it. And you need those words for now. You don't need to know what they mean, just you need them to actually do something. Click finish, and then we're off to the races. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in here so you can see better. Here is my code, where I'm going to start. This is where I'm going to do all my work. Now there's a few things to notice here. So first of all, the lines are all numbered on the left hand side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10. I don't need the 10th. I can actually delete that. And really, I don't need that first one, but I'm going to keep it there for later purposes. Public, that is like a keyword in Java, which you don't have to know what it means. It's just going to be there for now. Class is just another word, a way of saying document, and hello is the name of it. Okay. The curly bracket is kind of where you're going to, it opens up like a sub area. Think of it like that. And that's everything from lines 4 to 7. Okay. So this curly bracket on line 2 will close with the curly bracket on line 9. You notice that if I actually go to the one on line 9, the one on line 2 highlights, and if I go to the one on line 2, the one on line 9 highlights. And you see another set of curly brackets in here, one over here. Again, if I highlight it, the one on line 7 highlights, and vice versa. If I put the cursor on line 7, the one on line 4 highlights as well. Okay, I have this mumbo jumbo public static void main strings, whatever, square brackets, args, in parentheses. For now, all you have to be comfortable with is this main, and think of it as the main program, okay, or the main method, as we say formally. And a method is it's a collection of statements. It can be one or more, and they perform a specific operation. And those statements are lines of code. So the code block is what's going to go in here. Now this /s and to do auto-generated method stub, this will always appear every time you open a new class. You can actually delete it. Okay, I do want to make one comment, and it's actually on commenting. Every time you have 2 /s, essentially it does not get read by the computer, okay, by the compiler. You'll see what I mean by that in a bit. I'm going to delete that, okay, because we don't need it. So we want to make our first hello world program. In other words, we want the words hello world to appear out on the bottom here. So I start off by going system Okay, dot out. Oops. Let me just ignore this. Dot print. Okay. What this is saying is, okay, computer, the system is like calling the computer. We're gonna output something. Okay, and that output can be a sound, it can be a piece of text, it can be a haptic feedback. You know, when your phone vibrates, that's an output really from the computer. In this case, it's going to be an output by printing something. So it'll be something on the screen. And what it's going to output, we're going to indicate inside these curly brackets, these parentheses, sorry. And it's going to say, hello, oh, not hello, hello, world. Now, every time we end a line of code in Java, for the most part, we have to put a period. And in Java, periods are actually indicated by semicolons. So let me zoom in here. That's our first line of code, and you'll notice that when I put that semicolon in, everything kind of highlighted in a certain color. That just means it's good to go. But the ultimate test is we have to run the program. We have to press play. And if you look up here, there's a bunch of green buttons. The one that doesn't have anything attached to the icon is the one that you're going to press, where it says run hello.java. So I'm going to press that. Okay. And you'll notice at the bottom, it says hello world. Okay. Well, let me try that again, but I'm going to change things up. I'm going to go hello world. This is, I need some more space, Jacopo. Let's see what happens when I press that play button. Oh, there it is. I have hello world. This is Jacopo. And you can put your name in there, your family, whatever you want. But purpose is that we've created a line, a little program. Okay, it doesn't do much other than print this stuff down to the console, which popped up once I ran it, but it does something. Okay, it is a start. As I said before, the forward slashes in Java are used to comment. So when I do like that, okay, I can write what the line of code does in plain English. This line of code prints out hello world to the console, period. Let's take a look there. Everything that comes after these forward slashes is not read by the computer. Okay, this is purely for the programmer. Okay, and every now and then you will have to include some commenting in your code, because that is what helps the person looking at your code understand what's going on. Remember, everything inside the code is like in some kind of special language. Okay, just like a math problem. Okay, you're using the syntax and the symbols of mathematics. Here you're using the syntax and the symbols of coding. Okay, of Java. But every now and then we need to explain everything in plain English, and that's where the commenting comes in. Okay? So I want you to give that a try, just play around with this, and next we'll look at some other things that we can do with the output.